Hey guys, my name is Moshpitti and today I have a replay in the M3A2 Bradley and let's see what I can do with it. So we are on Mannheim. I'm not just in the Bradley in a Mannheim, I'm in a Bradley that has the stock turret, stock missile launcher and the stock machine gun on Mannheim. So we are really up for a challenge here, but that's fine. I'm playing with my mate Maniac, he's in the Leclerc and we're going to be playing pretty aggressively as we always do. I get that in Mannheim you really want to just kind of see where your team is going and try to stick with them, but frankly, we're feeling confident in our little duo here, and I'm just feeling nice and aggressive. I'm trying out the Bradley. I haven't really played it very much at this point, obviously, being that it's stock. The stock missiles that I'm using, I'm not using the premium missiles. That's because they only have 800 millimeters of pen, but they have the same damage. I just didn't really see much point in using them over the standard ones that have 600 millimeters of pen. It really boils down to just hitting the weak spots. As we run into the object 477 here and I go straight for its drive wheel, and we penetrate it with these. Unfortunately, Maniac is going to struggle a little bit with the forward armor, but he gets some shots through the drive wheel as well. Now we go for another shot, obviously to do damage, but also to keep it tracked. We finally get some tracking assisted. Now I'm getting targeted, and the only place I could be targeted from while behind this corner is from behind, so I just make sure to throw smoke there. I'm not sure what's there, but we don't want to find out the hard way either. Going for the tracks with these missiles, you're going to see that's a very strong trend, and that I suggest everyone does. Even if you're using the upgraded missiles, they do have 1200 damage and I believe 1000 penetration or 800 penetration on the premium missiles. That said, go for the tracks. Not only can you take the tracks off like I do here, more often than not you can even penetrate most tanks and do damage while you're tracking them. Of course, if you just see free damage sitting there already tracked, well, take it like I do here. But you get the gist of it. If you've got the option of tracking enemies while damaging them or just damaging them, you should always go for the tracks, primarily. That also helps the limited DPM of the Bradley. You can see I'm already done 3000 damage, but I'm also sitting on 1400 tracking assisted. So rather than being a spotter because I'm a light tank, I make sure that I'm dealing damage and supporting my teammates and tracking enemies so that my team can also do damage. Now we get kind of lucky here. We go for the thumper. He gets tracked already and repairs it, throws smoke a little too late, and we track it again. For the next shot, I'm actually going to go for the hatch below its turret. You're going to see me aim for the turret or below it. And then I get bombed by a teammate. I kind of panic and I go for the safer shot, which ended up being the right choice. Just as I was explaining there. I'm getting a little pissy because I was bumped by the teammate, but frankly it turned out better than if he didn't, because I was going to go for just damage. Like I said, I should have gone for the drive wheel to begin with. Thankfully, I got bombed, panicked, and went for the drive wheel just to be safe. So in the end, the teammate almost made my play better. Same deal here. We see the Abrams rather is already tracked, but it doesn't do any harm for us to also go for the track. It's going to be hard to pen from any angle anyway, and we get more resistance that way. Now, unfortunately here I thought we see the rear of the Abrams, we obviously did not. So while my missiles are reloading, I start peppering him with the autocannon, and it's actually surprisingly strong. I honestly didn't think I would end up using this autocannon much at all, but it's got a massive clip for one. You really never need to reload it during battle, but also it's 35 damage more or less every shot. And it fires slowly but steadily, and it's got decent penetration. I find myself using it to finish off tanks more often than not, really, if they survive both of my missiles. As well as it's really useful for lighting engine fires. Now, I'm going to try to link up with my mate here again. We kind of got split up because I got distracted. And he is dueling with a thumper. I go for what I thought was a tracking shot, but end up actually taking out. Very nice. We get bumped by a teammate again. That's totally fine. Now we see a light tank. I'm like, I don't know if I can hit it on the move, but luckily we don't have to. Go for another tracking shot. Do damage as well, as usually is the case. Get help finishing off. Now, unfortunately, Maniac dies here, but he's already done his share of work as we parkour over cars and try to get some more damage with the Bushmaster autocannon. Again, trying to go for an engine fire if I can. Don't get lucky, totally fine. We help take it out anyway. And we're almost done reloading the missiles again. The Bradley really has surprised me in its like sheer effectiveness. I thought it would be a massive downgrade after the BMP3, because the BMP3 had a faster firing autocannon, it had a faster reloading missile, it had high explosive cannon as well, in addition to the autocannon. But frankly, although slower and bigger and like on paper clumsier than the BMP3, I think the Bradley is actually more capable. It's just a little bit more boom or bust. You get games where it's just incredibly difficult to do damage with the Bradley, and then you get games like this where just everything goes right. While of course that happened with the BMP3 as well, I feel like it's easier to capitalize on opportunities with the dual firing missiles and I guess like just a more consistent autocannon. Now we took a big chunk of damage there, and that completely rattled me. I forgot that that can happen. It's been a thing ever since Cold War came out, but I honestly just forgot about it, so I'm a little flustered here and I whiffed some shots, but that's totally fine. Even if I don't get a single shot off anymore, we are sitting on 10,000 damage, 3 frags, tons of assisted. It's been a fantastic game. Now we don't quite get lucky enough to get more damage out of the Object 477A rather, but that's completely fine. Obviously win, and we obviously get the MVP. 1600 base XP, 10,900 damage, 3,600 assisted, ace tanker, and a hell of a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time.